Hello, my name is Deborah Faust, and I am the Director of Family Engagement and Support Services here at the Mental Health Association in New York State, or Mahaney's for short. And I'm going to share Mahaney's new innovative transition support tool called CarePath. And I hope it will generate some interest in being certified in this model. So what is a CarePath? Mahaney's CarePath program is designed to assist individuals over 12 years of age and their family members or other identified supporters for the first 90 to 120 days during a transition from any type of treatment setting or someone who's experienced a recent setback. Treatment settings include hospitals, supportive housing, addiction rehabilitation centers, youth residential settings, transitional living centers, correctional facilities, and CarePath is appropriate for anyone transitioning from unwell to well. CarePath is a blueprint for achieving and maintaining better overall health and wellness by building an awareness of what defines health and wellness in our lives. CarePath is not a clinical program, and although there are self-management tools grounded in cognitive behavioral techniques, there is no clinical language or a direct focus on diagnoses. CarePath incorporates the evidence-based practice of person-centered planning and several other best practices. Consider this: is your health and well-being in isolation of others? Just ponder that for a second. CarePath program is a shift away from an individual focus about recovery to a more relational and community focus. And I think it's fair to say that we're all influenced by our close relationships, and we're influenced by where we live, work, and play, and they all impact our sense of well-being. We are not an island unto ourselves, and CarePath helps individuals expand the definition of support in their life to include people, places, and things, with the understanding that our health and wellness is not in isolation of others or our communities. What makes CarePath unique? The youth or adult in recovery select who they want to participate in the program with them. It can be family members or friends, or simply the CarePath coach. We all know what it's like to need support, and the support that shows up is not well or doesn't understand what's involved in achieving and maintaining recovery. The stress that family members experience when a loved one is unwell impacts their own mental and physical health, and it impacts their ability to offer healthy support to their loved one. CarePath is a program that protects the health of both the individual and family members and other supporters in their lives. The program ensures that the process in recovery is understood as existing on the continuum of wellness, and that a return to symptoms exists on the continuum of wellness. All mind-body health exists on a continuum because no one's always well or always ill. Participants learn that at each stage on the continuum, there are choices and options, and with support, a return to wellness. Participants learn to recognize a return to symptoms earlier, and in understanding the continuum of wellness, they develop a realistic understanding of recovery. And family members benefit in understanding that when their loved one is unwell, they will move through the continuum, and with support, they will be well again. I have witnessed how understanding the continuum changes perspectives about mental health and illness and offers hope. CarePath changes the conversation from an illness perspective to a wellness mindset, because it's all about defining health and wellness in our lives. CarePath removes the diagnosis from being the center of attention, and that changes all the conversations. Many people in recovery say that they're tired of being considered the one with all the issues in the family. CarePath supports the individual by removing the stigma of a diagnosis and instead places everyone in the family or friends in the conversation about the process involved in achieving and maintaining health and wellness. Because they're all working on their own wellness strategies, the individual in recovery and their support network are all developing realistic expectations about the process, and they're learning the language of health and wellness. What is the role of a CarePath coach? CarePath coaches offer 5 in-person sessions or 10 online sessions within 90 to 120 days, and each session is named for its intention. The first session is called the gathering. The second is options. The third is choices. The fourth is defining wellness. And the fifth is support. These sessions all represent their itinerary for their path to better health and wellness. They gather resources and options are offered for wellness choices that will support recovery. So resources, options, and choices define their wellness, and their definition of support grows to include a crisis plan. Online sessions are offered in 2 parts, Part A and B, and CarePath participants can go through the program as often as they'd like. The 90 to 120 days are not set in stone because a CarePath coach meets the individuals where they're at. A CarePath coach offers follow-up between sessions, and they exercise healthy boundaries by offering participants the hours that they are available. CarePath participants all receive a manual that includes the exercises listed on this slide. The manual is a guide for participating in the sessions with their CarePath coach, and the manual includes numerous resources for practicing mindfulness techniques to help participants stay focused on their present needs rather than getting caught up in projecting too far out into the future. So often, individuals and their family members are too focused on what happened in the past, and that zaps the energy that they need to achieve and maintain recovery. And the exercises in each session, they're generalized to reflect all styles and levels of learning. CarePath uses the 8 dimensions of wellness as a measurement tool to guide support and resources. The 8 dimensions address the social determinants of whole person and family health. The 8 dimensions include your physical dimension, spiritual dimension, social, intellectual, emotional, occupational, environmental, and financial. Participants learn that it's helpful to be aware of the various dimensions of their wellness because our mental health is multidimensional. All of the 8 dimensions of health on the continuum of wellness. At each session, CarePath participants score each of those 8 dimensions. They are taking their wellness temperature at each session, and those scores determine areas of strength and where the immediate needs are. Participants build an awareness of how one dimension influences another. And the 8 dimensions of wellness, they suggest that wellness is not the absence of illness or stress, and that we can enjoy specific dimensions of our wellness even when we're experiencing challenges in other dimensions of our lives. The process measures through which the program operates generate the data collected from the sessions and promote these 4 outcomes listed on this slide. The first outcome is increased knowledge of the process involved in achieving and maintaining wellness. The second outcome of this program is identify and practice self-management wellness strategies. The third outcome is to reduce hospital readmission and unnecessary ER visits. And the fourth outcome is a successful transition back to family and community and a reduction in stress. The CarePath Coach training includes an overview of Mahaney's CarePath program, the role of a CarePath coach and the practice of self-care and self-compassion, a review of trauma, historical trauma, adverse childhood experiences study, a trauma-informed approach and healing-centered engagement, the utility of the continuum of wellness and guiding principles of recovery, exercises and cultural considerations and the practice of cultural humility, exercises in deep reflective listening, trauma-informed motivational interviewing, and the utility of the 8 dimensions of wellness and person-centered planning, family engagement, family guidelines, and the stages of change, and review the psychoeducational curriculum for the workshop Recovery and a Wellness Mindset, and guidelines for facilitating trauma-informed sessions, both on and offline. I want to mention that all of the information listed on this slide is reviewed in relation to the program model and the role of a CarePath coach. And both on and offline includes videos, role plays, coaching circles, and final presentations. It's very engaging and has plenty of opportunity for participation. The 3-year CarePath certification involves 21 hours or 3 full days of in-person classroom training or 15 hours of online instruction. And online instruction includes some offline self-directed assignments. CarePath coaching manual and access to all programming materials, spreadsheets, marketing slides, support forms, and group exercises are all made available to certified coaches. And the Recovery and Wellness Mindset workshop is part of the certification as well, which can be used as a 90-minute workshop, or it can be broken up into 3-session support group opportunities. And there's 20 renewable clock hours for those that are interested in renewing their CASAC certification. Along with support and technical assistance, quarterly webinars and newsletters throughout the certification period, a participation in Mahaney's conference, and of course, technical assistance as needed. Here is my contact information, and I hope you will consider adding this certification to your professional development and offer support as a CarePath coach. It's versatile and complements treatment and discharge programming. Thank you and be well.